Hello and a very good morning, everyone. Welcome to the FX Primers Market Updates. The month of November 2020 will always be remembered in history for two major events. The first major event was the US presidential elections, where we saw a change in power from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. The second major event was the amazing announcement by Pfizer that they have found a COVID-19 vaccine which prevents 90% of the infection. Looking back at the technical charts, again, we see that early in the month of November, specifically for the US dollar index, which was on the 10th of November, from a high of 93.13 levels, the US dollar has weakened over the last 3 weeks or so and is currently trading at about 91.68 levels. Looking at gold prices also dropped from a high of 1,965 US dollars. This was on the 9th of November, and and gold prices dropped on the same day, dropping by about 113 US dollars as Pfizer made the announcement on the 9th of November. Ever since then, gold prices has consolidated and continued to weaken further to current levels of 1,770 US dollars. So with these two major impact on the markets, again we saw the US dollar weakening due to investors having a appetite for riskier assets such as stocks and also more aggressive currencies. Okay, so looking at the stock market, stocks also has been rising ever since early November. So we do see the S&P 500 rising from a support levels of about 3,515 points all the way to the recent highs of 3,655 points. Okay, so again, with a COVID-19 vaccine in the pipeline, there is very high enthusiasm and optimism that most global citizens will have a vaccination, and of course, with a vaccination, they can return to more or less the normal lives of consumption, travel, and of course, this will all help the economic recovery. And again, this has pushed up stock prices and pushed down safe haven investments such as the US dollar and also gold prices. Okay, so oil prices has also benefited by rising over the last three weeks or so from a low of way back here from a low of $34.33. Oil prices is currently trading at 45 US dollars. So oil prices has also risen about 10 US dollars as the COVID-19 vaccine news circulated around the world. Okay, so definitely good news. And looking back at today, we are going to be looking at the economic calendar, which has some minor data. Keep in mind that the main event today is the oil-producing economic countries (OPEC) meetings being carried out throughout the day. And of course, we have some minor data coming out from the US, the Chicago Purchasing Managers Index data, and also the pending home sales data tonight. Okay, this week's in terms of political economic event will be Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is scheduled to be testifying in front of Congress regarding the CARES Act and also testifying again on a Wednesday in front of the House Financial Services Committee at 11 p.m. local Singapore time. Okay, so these are the two major events to watch out for in terms of central bankers' comments. So this one will be the U.S. Central Bank Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell speaking. Okay, so again, the US dollar has been weakening. That is general trend. The UK pound on last Friday was just trading sideways, surprisingly, as the US dollar weakened. The UK pound didn't rise a lot. In fact, it actually came down about 90 pips. And the euro dollar rose as the US dollar was weakening. Okay, for the euro dollar, it rose from 1.1909 all the way to 1.1962 levels. So this is again in contrast to the UK pound, which fell about 90 pips from 1.3381 all the way down to 1.3292. Okay, this tells me that there is something not right regarding the UK and European Union trade negotiations, and also the fact that the UK pound has been on a bullish run for quite some time. So last Friday actually broke through the bullish uptrend, but is currently still trading in a sideways range. Okay. Also bear in mind that on the daily charts and on the weekly charts, the UK pound is also trading at the monthly highs. Okay, so with that in mind, let us see towards the UK and US trading sessions whether the US dollar index can sustain these support levels or will it continue to push down further from here. Okay, so with the US dollar moving later on today, we will see clearer direction for the UK pound, the euro dollar, and also for the gold prices. Okay, but generally the sentiment is still bearish for the US dollar, bullish for the euro dollar. For the UK pound, it is neutral at the moment, and for gold prices, it is still largely on a bearish trend. Okay, oil prices, of course, it is on a bullish trend, touching a high of just last Wednesday, touching a high of 46.28, currently trading at 45.02 levels. Okay, so watch out for this afternoon's market and also Federal Reserve Chairman's scheduled testimonies on Tuesday and Wednesday night, and we'll see how the markets goes later on today. Okay, have a good trading day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you.